Hello, welcome to the weekly review, our new section to improve our knowledge on this week's topics. Today, we are going to be talking about human rights, forces of motion, and the subject-verb agreement. Here we go. Let's start with this. First thing we are going to be talking is human rights. What is this? First of all, we need to read the definition for rights, but be careful there, because the word right have many meanings. The one that we are going to be working for this situation or section says opportunity to act and to be treated in particular ways that the law promises to protect for the benefit of society. So, rights are the way we must be treated, the way you want to be treated, and the way you want that everyone be treated. Okay, the concept for human rights is way too much interesting than the rights definition itself. The definition for this concept says, human rights inherent to all human beings, regardless of sex, race, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. Can't you imagine a life without rights? It will be terrible, right? So, human rights are really important. In the book, you have some examples about it. You can leave me some comments with some of them, okay? Yeah, let's go to right. Force and motion. There are two ways to apply force. You can push or you can pull. Now, push is defined as to use your hands, arms, or body in order to make somebody or something move forward or away from you. Now, the definition for pull says to take hold of something and use force in order to move it or try to move it towards to you. So pull is when you get something close to you. You can push, you can pull. Rather, if you push or you pull, when you apply a force, you can get one of these situations. You can start a movement, you can stop a movement, you can change the direction of something, or you can cause acceleration. Forces are everywhere. That's why we have a unit to measure it. This measure unit is called Newton, in honor to Isaac Newton. Our topic today, subject-verb agreement. This is an easy rule, but first we must review the pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. The rule only applies to the third person in singular. What is that? The pronouns he, she, and it are the third person in singular. If you have one of them in your sentence, you must add an S at the end of the verb. Verbs are words that represent an action. Let's check some examples. The birds fly to the south. We don't have to add an S here because the birds is in plural. Yes, are some animals, but it's not singular. It's plural. So we don't need to add the S. Now let's change it a little bit. Bird flies to the south. Now here we need to add the S because we have the bird. That the pronoun for the bird is it. And yes, it is part of the third person in singular. So we need to add an S at the end of the verb. But what happened there? Why it looks so different? Well, the verb is fly, so it ends with Y. So what that happens, we need to delete the Y and add IES on it. Instead of fly, it's flies now. Now, let's check another word. I play video games. Okay, you can say teacher, that's singular. Yes, but it's not third person. I is first person. So we don't need to add the S here. It's just I play video games. She plays video games. Yes, we need here the S because we are working with the pronoun she. So you need the S. I told you, it's really simple. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can leave some comments here. And remember, I told you, yes, you can write one human right, or you can write one sentence working with the subject-verb agreement. You can do both. It's your decision. Children, that's it. See you next week for another The Weekly your review video.